Now, our first training panel today is a goal that each of you guys in this room should aim for every month, without question. It helps you to grow your business, it helps you to build your team, and to earn a great income. It's the Centennial Club, and that is essentially enrolling 10 pieces of business a month with 100 points total. And we have a few of our leaders here today on our panel that have done this for 12 consecutive months. So they know their stuff, so get ready to take some notes. And I'd like to welcome to the stage our host for this panel, National Sales Director Demetrius Brown.
Hey, good evening. Well, good afternoon. How y'all doing? Y'all excited? All right, well, we got a great panel today. Who doesn't know about the Centennial Club? Raise your hand if you don't know about the Centennial Club. Oh, goodness. Everybody knows about the Centennial Club. So here's what we had. Did anybody go to, you don't know about it? Okay, we'll help you out. We got some people that's going to help you out. I see you. All right, so how did y'all enjoy the workshops today? All right, so did you get a chance to go to Lionel Burke's workshop? Yeah? That's pretty awesome, right? So Lionel said something in our workshop that I think it fits well as we're about to bring up these superstars. He talked about the importance of re-qualifying for RSD every single month. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. If you remember that, say aye. All right, so Centennial Club is all about re-qualifying for Centennial Clubs. Just a different way to look at it. And I'm going to bring up some superstars right now here with this company that have done the 5-a-month club. You guys remember the 5-a-month club, right? Yeah. All right, so all the company did was they transitioned to the Centennial Club. All right, but we still got some people that's qualifying for their 5-a-month, and then once that is done, they're going into the Centennial Club. All right, so the first person I'd like to bring out, matter of fact, let's give them a round of applause. Everybody stand up and let's bring them in right. It's welcome to the AmeriPlan team. Come on. All right, let's bring in Zakir, National Sales Director, Zakir Casado. All right, so we got Zakir Casado. Next, we'd like to bring up Centennial Club, 5-a-month club, Michelle Stefferson. All right, Michelle. Speak to her for 3 minutes. You'll know she's from New York. New York, welcome. All right, the third person we have on the panel is going to be Kathleen Struber. Take your seats. Alright, so we're talking about the Centennial Club. The first thing that I would like to just remind you of is there's something that we like to call a clue, right? Everybody's on the Monday corporate call, right? Monday corporate call with Dennis and Daniel, right? Alright, so you hear one of the main things that Dennis and Daniel talk about on that call is what? The Centennial Club, right? They're talking out, they're giving a list of people who just are on their way to the Centennial Club, right? How many people ever heard their name on the way to the Centennial Club? Say aye. Aye. All right. Now, what we want to do here with this panel, our whole purpose of doing this panel is to take you from being on your way to the Centennial Club to getting into the Centennial Club, right? There's only one way to get into the Centennial Club. Anybody know how that is? To get into the Centennial Club. Everybody on this stage does it in different ways. We're going to ask them some great questions, and let's go ahead and get this thing going. So, let's start with Kathleen. All right, Kathleen, what does the Centennial Club mean to you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
It means a lot to me because I know it says 10 pieces of business per month. But I look at that, I want to get 50 pieces of business a month. That's why I look at that. And that means I know if I get to at least 50, I'm growing my business. It means I'm continually growing my business. And I also want that bonus too.
All right, wait, hold up, Kathleen. All right, so she's talking about going for 50, right? She says she's not just going for 10. Could you explain that just for a little bit? And everybody who doesn't know, for you, raise your hand, you say you don't know about Centennial Club. So at the end of this journey of Centennial Club, the 12th month of completion, you're going to get a check for $2,500, which is great. But the most important thing I think you'll find with these panel members is that the consistency part of it is really bigger than that $2,500. All right, so Kathleen Struban, if you're talking about instead of going for 50, instead of going for just 10, you're going for 50. Can you elaborate on that for a little bit?
I'm very competitive with myself, and I know I just want to do more than 10. I just do as much as I can, so I always try to shoot for 50. Because I know that I know if you're adding more people to your business and you have a bigger team, and then you work with it, you're working with your team, your residual check goes up, the people underneath you, they're working, your residual check goes up. It just works for everybody. Because some people do fall off the books, so I continue to replace people, and want to work with get some people that are working on you want to work with somebody who's working. So I continually replace people, and it grows my check. I shoot for 50. I'm just very competitive.
Absolutely. Thank you. Let's give that a round of applause. Yeah. I hope everybody took something from what she's talking about. She's talking about not just going for the goal. Right? Not just going for the goal, making sure that you go higher for it because it's going to make your 10 or whatever you want to go for. It's going to make it a lot easier if you raise the bar for yourself. So thank you so much, Kathleen. All right, let's go over to Michelle. What is, you've been a part of the 5-a-month class, I think you said, what, 5 years straight?
Straight since the beginning.
Yeah, since the beginning. I think was it the first time that you went, I know one of the reasons you wanted to get that $2,500 at the end of it was for your marriage, right? Am I correct, or?
Yeah, the first check went towards the wedding, pardon me, and the second check went towards my wedding dress. You know what I'm saying? So basically, for me, in my mind, it was already spent. You see what I'm saying? It was always about having more leads than you have time. And it was something that, try to put it into words, that wedding dress was really, really important to me. You know what I'm saying? And come on, you want whatever it is, whether it's a trip to Disney, and I think that the same thing with Kathleen, she wanted to take her children to Disney, and that was really important to her. So that was one of her checks. So what I'm saying is you want to already spend it in your head. Pretty much is the bottom line.
So are you saying that a lot of people that are here today, they have something that they're shooting for, whether if it's a family vacation or it's a new car or a down payment on a house? Are you saying that people have this and they need to think about Centennial Club in a different way? Maybe they have, explain a little bit more on that. They have it already spent.
It's gotta be, like how we say your why, how important it is. And I love acronyms. And for me, your why is what has you. You see what I'm saying? So what has you? What I mean by already spending the check in your head is it's got to be as strong as your why is. Your why's got to make you cry. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to be something that is really, 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 really important to you, that's emotional for you. Like if you don't get that, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't get my wedding dress, now that would be a big problem for me. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be really that emotional for you that it's already spent in your head. And when it's already spent in your head, everything else rolls and falls into place. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense, and I would just like to echo on that. I have my money already spent every year. I was just telling one of my teammates, I have, anybody have student loans? Yeah, I have student loans, right? Anybody ever been contacted by the IRS? Say aye. All right, so my money is already spent, but here's the truth of the matter, what the Centennial Club means to me. I was in a situation in my life where I was running away from my creditors, running away. I just always put them to the side, right? But the day that they took my money, right? They took my money, right? The day that they took my money, I started really thinking about it in a completely different way, because I don't like when people take money from me. Anybody ever been robbed before? You know what I'm saying? So now, because of the Centennial Club, not right now, because it's in control now, and once you're in control of what your bills are, you feel completely different. So I'd rather give people my money for them as opposed to them taking it. So when you talk about already spent, anybody, y'all have to think about something that you need that $2,500 for, right? Can y'all think of some things that you can use $2,500 for? $2,500, you can do a lot with that, right? You can pay off some credit card debt, right? Right? Yeah. All right, so let's go over to Zykeira Casado. This is Zykeira Casado. She also qualified for what? The 5 a month club, when it was the 5 a month. She's now in her 11th month of Centennial Club now. So let's see, Zykeira, what does Centennial Club mean to you?
Well, Centennial Club actually made me stretch and not focus on just one side of my business. It made me really look at the product as a service and wanted to provide it because I wanted to do both. And then what it did for me as far as the $2,500, I wanted to get my sons, both of them, passports so that we could travel outside the country together. And also, I feel really powerful when I have lump sums of money. So I just, you know, that's a nice little come up for $2,500. Some of us get tax returns plus that, and I just keep calculating, adding it, and it's just a really great way to also reinvest in my business. So that's what it really means to me.
All right, now talk about that reinvesting into your business and that lump sum of money. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, I don't know about everybody else, but when you have extra money, you feel better. You know, you can do more things, you can provide more for my kids. Not have that, you know, I know the feeling of being broke. You know, my story, I was a very broke cashier, single mom, struggling. So I know how it is to not have, and so this is just qualifying for these incentives. Just allows me to keep adding to that, I call it my cushion.
That's good. I mean, does anybody get tax returns still? Anybody still get tax returns? All right, well, I'm a full-blown entrepreneur, so I don't get tax returns, right? And I think she brings up a valid point. So for anybody that's like me, you could think that it's $2,500 like it's a tax return, right? It's a tax return. I don't get money at the end of the year when you file tax. I gotta pay money. You know what I'm saying? So with this $2,500, it's all about your thinking, how you're gonna think about it. You're talking about already spent. You gotta have that all in your head already. All right, so think of some things that you can use $2,500 for, and you'll really be engaged in the Centennial Club. Let's see what we got next. Let's stay on Zykeira. Anybody ever been in the Centennial Club and then fell off? All right, I can't see y'all, so can y'all say aye? If you've been in the Centennial Club and fell off, say aye. All right, fantastic. I wonder why you fell off, right? You were on your way, right? Ever been in your life where you're almost doing something, right? You almost got the job, right? You almost got that house, or you almost got that apartment. Anybody ever had that experience, or is it just me? Right? You almost got in Centennial Club, right? How does that feel? You got to start back over, right? You got to start all the way back over. I've seen people go 3 months in and then got to start back. But what that does, again, it messes with your psyche, right? Some people, they just like, oh, damn, I got to start back all over again. Listen to what these ladies have to share with you in regards to, we've all been stuck, right? It may be at different levels. You got Kathleen talking about 50, right? She's been stuck before. All right, so Zykeira, what's the question? Did you ever have a stuck month in regards to the Centennial Club?
Oh yeah, for me, my cycle is like, I call it a drought week, and no matter how hard I work, sometimes it just don't happen. And, you know, I just think it's important to have in your mind that no matter what happens, it has to get done. And I've had periods where, you know, you're working. Of course, if you don't work, you're not going to get any, you know, business. But sometimes if you work real hard and you keep pushing, sometimes the chips don't fall right into place. But I just work hard. When those times happen, I just push even harder and to ensure that it happens for me.
All right, let's get a little bit more personal. At what point, do you remember a specific time?
Yes.
You're 11 months in right now.
Yes.
All right, or you can talk about when you were 5 a month and you already picked up your check. Let's get a little bit more personal because there's a lot of people that are stuck out there. Some people are in their month 1. Some people just got kicked out last month. Somebody just got kicked out of Centennial Club that's in here right now. They just got kicked out last month. They starting all over. Zykira, was there a specific month that you was stuck? And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Month 3 or 4. I know it was either January or it was December. And we had probably 3 days left, and I had 1 piece of business on the books. And I just felt like, all right, I just shut down, barely even showered for those next 3 days. And I just started going to work. I started getting creative. I called family members up, I called back some favors. And I just made it happen, and sometimes it's going to happen, especially if I know that month I didn't really plan too well. I just thought, because sometimes you think it just gets easier, but it don't get easier. It actually gets harder every single month because you have to start all over from zero. So for that month, I remember I was very scared. I think I know I was panicking, but I said I had to get it done, and that's what I did.
Yeah, getting stuck is a part of the process, guys. We all get stuck. No matter who you are, you're going to have a point during your Centennial Club journey where you're stuck, right? We heard Martine earlier when he was talking about you got to enjoy. He was talking about more so the process, right? We all have these dreams of ours. You may be thinking about that $2,500. We want you to think about it. We want you to have the money already spent. But we do want you to know about there's a process that it's going to take for you to consistently be consistent, right? There's going to be a process. And if we understand that there's a process, we'll understand that being stuck is a part of the process, but it's not about being stuck. It's about how you get out of it. So, Michelle, we know that you've been stuck before. We know that, right?
Sure have.
But you've done it 5 straight years, right? But she's done it 5 straight years. And that's something to talk about, right? You've been stuck, but you did it in spite of being stuck. Michelle, talk to the person out there that maybe just got kicked out of the Centennial Club last month, or they're in the month right now and they don't see how it's going to happen for them. Talk about, have you ever been stuck, and be specific if you can. Somebody needs to hear it.
Oh, wow. I've been stuck, that's for sure. And there's been like certain months out of the year that stuck. I'm trying to want to define that for you, for me. The enrollments are just not coming in, kind of stuck. You see what I'm saying? But basically I plan, well what I do is I really plan, okay, let me try to give you the visual. This particular month right here, July, everybody that I talk to from the middle of July to the end of July, I assume are going to be my sign-ups for the following month in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So from the beginning of July to the middle of July, I assume that those sign-ups are going to be for the end of the month, okay, on any given month. So you have to plan in that order. You see, you have to plan in that order. And sometimes, the sign-ups don't come, hey, I have the money, whatever, or something like that going on with people, and it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you guys, you gotta have more leads than you have time, okay? And this is how I want you to feel. I want you to open up your email box and go like this. Oh my God, how am I gonna get through all of these leads today? That's exactly how I want you to do it every single day, period. Get through them, I like to qualify, or what I call disqualify quickly, so that I can get through my leads faster and really talk to the people that are really serious, so that I can move through my leads a lot quicker. But also keeping in mind that I use that numbers methodology. Whatever comes in, like from the 1st to the middle of the month, that's for the end of the month, you see? So please don't get discouraged. Have too many leads, wherever they come from. Get them going, whether you're putting out sizzle cards, whether you're getting opt-in leads, whether you're getting purchase lead, whatever. Just have too many leads that you feel like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get through these. You wanna feel that way. All right? And then from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, so if you're just starting out now, let's say, and getting into the Centennial Club, this is like July, whatever, it's like the middle of July right now. So really focus on and just understand that it is how the numbers work themselves out. But I'm not saying that if you talk to somebody today, that in 3 days they're going to get started and get signed. You know, of course, that can happen. But that's how I look at my numbers as I move forward into working my business and getting those numbers on the books.
Everybody know how many points you need to get in the Centennial Club? How many points do you need to get in the Centennial Club? How many points? 100 points. 100 points. Were you guys on the corporate call when Dennis and Daniel spoke about the gentleman, Victor Moran? I think he had 1,000 points in that month. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Yeah. Y'all not excited about making no money? Like, serious, we gotta make this money, but Centennial Club, you can't get the Cadillac, right? Anybody want the Cadillac? Yeah. You can't get the Cadillac. It's damn near impossible to get the Cadillac if you're not in the Centennial Club. Did y'all realize that? Y'all want to boost y'all income, your residual income? It's going to be like seriously hard if you're not getting excited about Centennial Club.